Hi there, my name is Claire Maxwell at Embodied Learning Systems. Today's video is about using empathy and narrative to create compelling marketing, but also to discover your niche in the process of that marketing. Now, a lot of business coaches will tell you that you have to know your niche before you start marketing. And I just don't think that's true. And especially for holistic practitioners, in my case, I'm an embodiment professional. We often kind of discover our niche as we're working because our work can be applied to so many different issues. And so I would say at least 50% of the practitioners that I have worked with didn't know off the bat. Now, some people do, and that's great. But if that's not you, this video is for you. And I'm going to do a meditation for you that will be a source of marketing content. So if you want to read a more linear blog post about this topic, you can check out the link in the description box here. And this meditation is designed to go with that blog post, which will give you a really great framework for, why this is important, how you can structure the marketing content, different writing prompts that you can use after this meditation. Okay, so let's begin by just taking a few breaths. You were already breathing, so it doesn't take extra effort. And getting out of the business brain and back into our bodies, into the feeling of our bodies, our feet and our hands, our skin. And let the energy come down into the heart and the lungs. And think of a client that you worked with in the past that you really just enjoyed. Someone that was pleasurable, that you looked forward to seeing. If it helps you, you can close your eyes. You could even lie down if that helps you. I'm going to stay sitting up. Think about the qualities that this person had, the way that they walked into the teaching space, the rhythm of their speech. Maybe, remember the moment when you looked into their eyes. You know how you don't want to look right into people's eyes right away, but that a moment comes when you really look into their face. And, what did you see? Were they shy? Were they outgoing? Were they a high energy? Were they quiet? Anything else that comes to you? Sometimes I even like to think about, were they in despair? What was their emotional state? Were they in despair? Were they frustrated? Were they hopeful? Were they excited? Were they losing hope? Wherever they were at, that can be very useful to know. The second thing you want to remember is the kind of language that they used about their problem, about why they came. So I'm thinking of a particular person that I really enjoy working with who came with a really interesting combination of quietness, confusion, clearly a lot of intelligence at work and a lot of curiosity, and frustration. And when I think of this person and the way they describe the problem, it was a typical problem for somebody like me, because I'm an Alexander teacher, and I see a lot of people who have back pain because Alexander technique is very well known for solving that problem. But this person didn't use back pain as the word. They described it as a back spasm. And it was like the spasm had a certain personality of its own and a mystery of its own. And the search was for the cause of the back spasm so that this person could not do the thing that was causing the back spasm. And this person had done many, many different things, but no one had ever really been able to make a dent or bring relief for the frequency of the spasms. And no one had been able to help this person put together cause and effect. And it's funny because until I made this video, I had kind of forgotten that piece. And that made for a really great conversation between us. So this is the story that you want to tell in your marketing. You want to describe the problem from that person's point of view with empathy, and then you want to use their language for the problem. So let's take another breath. And return to the body, the heart, just the rhythms of your body, and give up any kind of goal orientation, trying to come up with the right answer. And think of the story of this client, and as they kept coming to you, how did the problem get solved? So it's a narrative of the ups and the downs and the journey of solving the problem. And I don't know if you're like me, but usually that process is not linear. And so you have days where it seems that you've hit on the right thing, and then it turns out the problem came back. But they stick with it, and then something starts to open up. And so when I think about this person that I was working with, it's a great example of a kind of an unglamorous, non-hype, non-exaggerated story of slow progress, incremental progress in a positive direction, which had never happened before. So that the time period where the spasm was absent got a little bit longer and a little bit longer, and then it would come back, and then it got a little bit longer and it just kept expanding enough to give us both hope that we were onto something. This is the element I want you to make sure you include, is the hope. And not hyped hope, not exaggerated hope or false promises, but the real hope of somebody learning something specific. So you are teaching people specific skills or giving them specific practices to do. And that's the last element of your marketing that you want to make sure you include. I call it marketing. It's educate. Educate this stranger that is watching your content or reading your content as best you can. Try to explain to them the practices that you used to get this person making progress on life outside of the problem. Okay? I hope that was a helpful meditation. And again, there's much more specific writing prompts in the full blog post in the description box below. The next video is going to be about another strategy which emerges when somebody's problem is solved. Then you start to see what they're really about and what it is that they're passionate about that the problem is preventing them from getting to. And that's going to be another meditation for you to create doubly powerful content that will help you build engagement and perhaps even community with your clients around common passions. And in the case of this particular client, I've got a giant smile on my face because the passion was meditation. And I am so passionate about my meditation practice and was really wanting to work with people who practice some form of meditation. So that was a beautiful discovery, and it helped me realize what my passions are too. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope that was helpful. Peace and love. Bye.